Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Uzi Missy here, coming at you real quick with another video update, going over my Webull portfolio, and I want to discuss what I'm going to be doing today and what I'm going to be doing going forward. So this right here is going to be, I think it's going to be a very good strategy for me to be able to not only increase my portfolio, but also increase my dividend yield, on a monthly or yearly basis so much faster than what I had originally planned. So before I get started, you should have taken the time to read the disclaimer again in this video. If you did not do that, please go back and do so that way we're on the same page. So with that said, let's go and get to this video. As you can see now, my portfolio is currently over $418. That's because I added additional funds today. And the reason being, SCHD is the one I'm focused on. So when you look at SCHD, this is an ETF fund. And it's been performing very well. And they got some very big news yesterday. Not just one thing happened, but two things happened. So they got the dividend announcement yesterday, which is going to be paid out on the 30th. So I'm going to be positioning myself to own a full share of this ETF by today. So that way I can participate in that dividend payout. And then there's another big news announcement that came out like yesterday evening, something like that for me. And I'm going to be going over that. But come back over to my SCHD. I'm currently holding over 0.29 shares of it. So it's going for, as you saw here, the price is going for $83.37 currently. All right. So why is SCHD such a big deal? Rather than its performance history, and of course the dividend payout every 3 months. Because when you look at the dividend payouts, this right here is what was announced yesterday as well. It's going to be paid out by the 30th of this month. And you see what's been doing every 3 months, dividend payouts. It's been doing very well. But the other big news that happened was not just the dividend payout, but they also made an announcement that there's going to be a 3-for-1 share split. So what does this mean? That means for every share that you hold of SCHD, it is going to you'll be able to get 3. So for example, if you hold in 10 shares of SCHD, you're going to receive 30. And this is going to happen on October the 9th. And so it's going to be, they're going to take a screenshot of the shareholders pretty much on October the 9th. Then October the 10th, you're going to receive your split. And then October the 11th, that's when those shares are going to begin trading post-split on October 11th, which is on a Friday. Okay? So I want to be able to position myself, as well as everybody else doing the same thing, to get as many shares as we can right now. So that way we can partake in this split. So what would that do as well is that it would seem like you're getting less dividends. And so when you look at like companies like Walmart had a 4-for-1 split, I think earlier this year, and their dividends went down to like over 20 cents per every 3 months, something like that, right? It would seem like that right there is going down in dividend yield, but no, it's really not. If you're participating in the split, dividend split, you're still going to get paid out. For example, 75 cents. For every 3 months with this ETF. Another reason why this ETF is so popular, of Referral's performance history, you got a expense ratio of 0.06%. That is very low. So you're not going to be charged a whole lot at all for management fees with this ETF at all. So this is great. All right. So Referral with the split, everyone's taking advantage of that. You come down to their portfolio. Let's see. Go to the portfolio. You see what they're holding. Their majority holds right here. Home Depot, Verizon Communications, BlackRock, which everyone should know what BlackRock is. Cisco Systems, Pfizer Inc., Chevron, Bristol Myers Squibb, Lockheed Martin Corp., Texas Instruments Inc., Amgen Inc. So these are their top holding positions right here. And that's another reason why this ETF is doing so well. This is, of course, not all of them. You can export the whole holdings right here. But you go to the fund details, you can see, even more information right here. Let's see, where is, right here. So you can see the breakdown of the portfolio. 17.32% is in financials, 15.53% is in healthcare, 14.28% is in consumer staples, 13.34% is in industrials, 13.03% is in energy, 9.93% in consumer discretionary, 8.79% information technology, 4.67% in communication services, 3.07% in materials, 0.03% in utilities. So there you have it. That's what their portfolio breaks down into, going from the most held positions all the way down to the least amount. Okay, so this is another reason why this ETF is doing so well, and then everyone is excited about the 3-for-1 split. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. When you take a look at my position right now, like I said, I'm only holding over less than 1, pretty much. So I'm holding over 0.29 shares of it. So I'm going to end up investing more into this one today to get up to over 1 share that I'm holding, and then by the time the split takes effect, I should have over 2 shares, and that's going to give me a total of 6 shares plus in total that I'll be able to have in my portfolio participating in those dividends every 3 months. So for example, let's go right to the calculator, and if we was to, for example, if you taking out let's say 6 shares, and you're getting let's say 70 cents per month for every 3 months for this ETF. So let's go 0.70. So you're getting $4.20 every 3 months, and you multiply that times 4. That's $16.80 per year in dividends. So now I am well on my way to my first goal, which is making $100 per year, and possibly $100 per month when you look at my other positions as well, because I'm focusing more on ETFs that's paying out dividends on a monthly or every 2 or 3 month basis. That's what I'm focusing on, and then eventually I get to the stocks and everything like that, to where I participate in being like a part owner of those companies, and so I can have voting rights and everything like that. Because with ETF, you're not an owner of anything. You just a shareholder of the ETF. That's it. You don't have any voting rights towards any of those companies at all. Okay, so now the other ones that I'm getting into, my strategy going forward, I mean to say, starting next month. So I'm still going to stick to my $40 per week, which is $160 per month. So what I'm going to do is focus on 2 of my shares at a time. So 2 of my holdings at a time every single month going forward. So that way I can put as much money into those shares as much as possible, and that can also increase my dividend yield every single month, or every 2 or 3 months, right? So for example, I want to do SCHD next month, and I'm also going to do Beto. So why do I want to focus on Beto? Well, let's go ahead and take a look here. So Beto is the ProShares Bitcoin ETF strategy. Okay, and when you come down here, this has been going since 2021, the 18th of October 2021. It's down overall right now, but it has been improving for these last 2 years, and I'll get to the price chart pretty soon so you can see that. But when you come here, these are some of the holdings that they're invested into right now with the Beto strategy. And you come down to the distributions, look at what they're paying out. I went over this a little bit in my video yesterday, but you look at it now at this right here is a good opportunity to get involved with. So you see this right is February, this March, and starting in April of this year, it started paying well over $1 per month. So even if it does go down to less than $1 per month, it's still good, because I'm not only I'm participating with a Bitcoin ETF strategy, but I'm also participating in monthly dividends to help me buy more shares every single month, because I got the drip turned on for Beto to automatically buy the shares once I get paid out a dividend yield. Okay, so that right there is another good thing. So just imagine that one. Let's say that I own 10 shares of Beto. And so you multiply it, let's just say by like $1.30. Let's take an average of $1.30 pretty much, right? And so that's $13 per month. You multiply that by 12, that's $156 per year. Okay, so you got $13 per month plus what was the other one? I can't remember what it was. I think it was like $13 every 3 months. So just think about what you're doing with your dividend yield growth at that moment with just those two ETFs working for you. And then of course I got another one which is HYG. This one pays out monthly as well. Okay, but before we get to HYG, let's click on Beto, so that way you can see what the price is right now. You go to the chart, you can see what it's been doing. The first 2 years it dropped. So last year and this year so far it has been going back up. And with what we pretty much know is going to happen pretty soon here, we don't know exactly when that Bitcoin or cryptocurrency bull run starts, this ETF, right along with all the other crypto ETFs, are going to take off. It's going to start performing they're going to start performing very, very well. And so I'm getting in early, and early enough to where I can take advantage of the current price of Beto, and I can possibly own by the end of next year. I don't know, probably maybe around 50 shares of this. And so if you got, let's go do a calculator on that one. So if you got 50 shares of this, multiply by let's take it down lower. Let's say $1.15. So you take $57.50 per month, and you multiply that times 12. So that's $690 per year. So that right there is a big improvement in your dividend yield every single year. And look how fast that has grown in just 1 year's time. If you're able to get up to 50 shares of this, and it's averaging out a dividend payout monthly of like $1.15. Not bad at all. All right. So that's the reason why I'm in Beto. Then the other one is HYG. So let's go back over here to the account, and we're going to click on this one. So it's going for just over $80 per share right now. I own a full share of HYG, so I'll be able to participate in the dividend payout next month, because they pay out like between the 9th and 11th of every month, something like that. So you can see the performance history is doing very well. And so we go right here to corporate actions. Let's go to here, and you can see every single month early on, actually between the 1st and the 3rd of every month, is paying out their dividend. So yeah, that right there is pretty good as well. So I'll be focusing on this one in the future as well. But next month I'll just be adding $40 per week into both SCHD and Beto next month. And then in November I will go to HYG, and I also invest into what was the I'm confused here on this list, so I'm gonna go back over to this list. So I'll be investing into HYG and the BlackRock Bitcoin in the month of November, and then I go to BlackRock Ethereum and start back with ACHD again in December. So when you look at the current price of SCHD as well, I forgot to do this as well. So currently the price is going for $83.37. So if the split was to happen today, you take $83.37 and you divide it by 3. This would be the current price after the split. So that will allow people to be able to buy more of these shares at a cheaper price after the split. And now since I'm still new to this the stock market thing, I understand now how people are able to get so many shares of different stocks and everything like that, ETFs. Because with this split, for example, someone comes in and they spend $5,000 today, and you divide that by so it's $83.37 right now. So let's just round up to 60 shares. So you got 60 times 3 after the split, you get 180 shares. So you still be able to make like on average like around 70 cents every 3 months, right? So multiply that times 70, and then okay, now we're going to multiply that times 4, and you're making $504 a year in dividends just off that one ETF. That is it. And so now I'm understanding how it is that people have so many shares. And you got people that got like 700 shares already. So you get 700 times 3, that's 2,100 shares you're going to get. And then if you do, you know, an average of 70 cents every 3 months, that's over $1,400, well over $1,400 per every 3 months. Multiply that times 4, you're looking at well over $5,800 every year off that one position that you hold. That is it, you know, and that's what people are doing. And I'm just so shocked and just like in awe that I did not learn this earlier on. I was one of those people, like many others out there, that were just like, man, I'm not investing in the stock market. The stock market's too slow. I want to get into Forex. I want to get into crypto. I want to get into anything except the stock market. And not understanding that majority of the millionaires and billionaires in this world, they are rich because they are investing into the stock market. That's how most of them get their wealth. You know, so if it's not broken, I'm going ahead and get into it as well, and I'm going to do the same thing that they're doing. If they can do it, so can I. If I can do it, so can you. All right. So just take it one day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time, you know, a year at a time, and then before you know it, your portfolio is going to be growing like crazy. You know, when you got the drip turned on and you're automatically investing your dividends back into your positions, and that's going to grow your portfolio even faster. And you know, so I'm looking at, like, once I'm able to get to like around $5,000-$6,000 per month in dividends, then I will be able to, I'll turn off the drip, and I'll be like, okay, I will control how much I want to put back into my shares, and then how much I want to keep out for myself, because that's going to help me out with what I'm trying to do personally here in Colombia. And you know, so now I'm looking at, it's 8:29 a.m. so the market's getting ready to open up, and now I want to go ahead and buy some more SCHD. So let me turn my phone back on here. Okay, and we're gonna go right here to Webull, and we're gonna wait it out. So you see, I got $80.55 in cash balance available. I added some more funds so that way I can go ahead and buy finish up buying a full share of SCHD. Okay, so if you hear in the background noise, I apologize. That's my wife. She's you know, doing some dancing, you know, get her steps in with another opportunity that we're both involved with. So now it's 8:30. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on buy, and we're gonna do a market order. And you got all these notifications coming in right now since the market just opened up. And I'm gonna put in $60. Oops, $60. Okay, and I'm gonna click on buy, confirm that, and that is done. All right, so now I can minimize this, and we'll go back to my account, and you can now see I own over a full share of SCHD. Okay, so also by doing that, it also improved my position, because I got in originally, it was at a higher price. So when I go right to the chart, you know, it's going to lower my my overall entry a little bit, so that way that I can get in profit a whole lot sooner. Okay, so now let's go ahead and close that out because I don't need that anymore, and we're going to maximize this screen. And you can see the SCHD is still down overall, you know, negative 0.38 cents, which is negative 0.41% right now. But you see what it's doing right now so far for today. I think a lot of people is about to start buying this, and it's going to shoot the price up even higher before the split happens, because everybody's going to start positioning themselves for this 3-for-1 split. And that's what I'm doing right now as well. And you know, so that 3-for-1 split, the final day to be able to take advantage of it is going to be on October the 9th. So by that time I have over 2 shares owned of this, then I'll be able to receive 6 shares after the split is done, and I'll be able to continue to buy at a cheaper price. So that price of like $27 some change, I'm putting in $40 every single week. I'm able to buy a whole share and you know, almost 2 shares every single week after the price you know, after the split happens and the price goes down. And that's going to shoot the price up even higher, because now a lot of people are going to start buying even more of SCHD, and because they'll be able to buy, you know, get more shares at a cheaper price now, and it's really going to shoot up to another price level, I believe. So that right there wraps up what I wanted to talk about in this video. If you like what you heard and saw, please like and subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to share this video. If you're interested in joining Webull, and you'll be able to participate in opportunity, let's go to the promotion center real quick, and so that way we see what the promotions are. I can't remember what they are, I never do. So you can get up to 20 free fractional shares by depositing $500 to $25,000 and maintaining for 30 days. Get 75 free fractional shares by depositing $25,000 or more. And let's see, let's click on learn more. And so you got to maintain it for a certain amount of days as well. But anyways, you can see that you can get free fractional shares or whole shares as well. All right. And so a minimum to invest with Webull is $5. All right. So if you're interested in that, I have my link down in the description of this video as well in the comment section. If you heard about Webull from someone else, please get back with that person. Use their referral link, create your account, get verified, link your bank account, make your first deposit of at least $5, and make your first investment. And just start slowly building. You don't have to be rich or someone with a lot of money already to be able to end up with a whole lot of money in due time. So that's what it is. A lot of people have started with $0 and now making $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 plus per month in dividends already in just a matter of a few years, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So you can do the same thing, and that's what I'm planning on doing. And so that right there is all to say. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time in this video. Take care, everyone.